Today, we're talking about agents versus managers. So let's break it down. What is an agent and what is a manager? Agents are people who submit actors or talent for jobs. They don't get you the job, but they do submit you for it. They also negotiate for you, and they take care of your contracts. Agents usually have a ton of clients. So they're not people that are going to hold your hand through a situation. They are there just to submit you for a role or to submit you for a job. That's it. That's their job. That's all they do. Whereas a manager, their job is more intricate. They're there to mold you and help you develop you into the artist that you want to be. So they are more hands-on. They will help you many times get your team together. So they'll help you get an agent, they'll help you get a lawyer, they'll help you get a publicist, an assistant sometimes. They'll help you get a stylist and maybe even a director. The manager's job is to help you develop your brand and your projects. So managers tend to not have more than about 10 clients, whereas an agent can have anywhere from 50 to 100 clients. When you are submitting yourself for an agent, you need to know exactly what you are selling. What is your brand? You cannot go to an agent and expect them to tell you what you sell as an artist because they don't have a clue. Whereas a manager will help you figure that out. You know, are you a comedic actor? Are you a serious actor? Are you a Shakespearean actor? They're better equipped to help you look at what it is that you do well and then package it. But the agent does not. And a lot of times we get into trouble because we're expecting an agent to do what is really the manager's job. So I just want to make that clear how different they are from each other. In addition, an agent charges 10% of whatever you make, and a manager usually charges 15% of what you make. Sometimes it could be less, sometimes it could be more, but usually it's 15%. Now, the important thing for you to know is they work for you, because a lot of times actors are paralyzed and don't know what agents or managers do, and they think they work for them. No, the agent and manager works for you. So it is incumbent upon you as an employer to tell them what you expect from them. Let the agent know you would like to meet with them once a month or talk to them on the phone once a month and connect with them and find out when is the best time for them to talk to you, because during the day they're submitting, so they don't have time to talk to you. But ask if you can talk to them in the evening or do a Zoom or FaceTime with them just to check in, find out what they're submitting you for, find out, let them know what you're up to. If you're taking a new acting class or you've been taking workshops or you're doing a web series, keep them informed of everything current that you are working on. Also, let them know what industry people you're meeting, because that helps a lot. If they know that you met the casting director from Paramount and they liked you, then they can call up there and chat and say, hey, Mary Sue, I hear you met my client, Lydia Nicole. Is there something in what you're casting for her now? That kind of stuff is what they can do for you. So can a manager. A manager can pick up the phone and call a casting office and just find out if you're right for something, if they can have the agent submit you for it. The question I always hear all the time regarding managers and agents is, who should I get first? If you're just starting out, you may want a manager so that they can help you define what it is that you sell. If you've been doing it for a period of time and you know what you sell and you don't want to spend an extra 15%, then go for the agent. If you're somebody who doesn't need a lot of hand holding, just go straight to get yourself an agent. But if you find that you need a lot of hand holding, then you may want to get a manager first before you go for an agent, because then the manager can help you find the right fit as far as agency goes. The last thing I will say to you is, remember, relationship with the agent, manager, even lawyer is like a marriage. You have to communicate with them, and you can't sit by your phone waiting for them to call you. No, you call them, check in, don't be silly about it, but just say, hi, this is Lydia. I'm calling to see how things are going. I wanted to let you know I just did a new web series. It's going to come out next week. I'm also looking to get a publicist. If you have any recommendations, I would appreciate it. Keep them in the loop as well as you would your manager. Remember, it's about relationship, not just about they didn't get me a job, they didn't do this. No, build a relationship. Just like when you start dating, you get to know the person you're dating. You have to do that with your representation, whether it's an agent or a manager. Today, I am blowing up the myth that the next agent or manager you get will change your life. In the last few months, I have had so many actor friends talking to me about how they need better representation, that in order to get to the next level, they need a different kind of agent. Let me tell you, I feel your pain, because I was sitting exactly where you are now. For years, I was under the illusion that if I just got the right representation, my life would be glorious. But it is a myth. I have learned that even blockbuster actors that can open a movie want the same thing. That mythical agent. Honey, let me tell you something. They do not exist. You see, agents usually have more than 50 clients to handle at the same time, and you're not their main priority. And if they're a smaller agency, they're just trying to figure out how to keep the lights on. And if they are a huge agency, they are catering to that 1% of that clientele that is bringing in a gazillion dollars. So instead of worrying about what agency to go to, shift your thinking. If you're with a smaller agency and they're getting you out for work, you are at the best place possible, because that agent is working hard to make sure that that money is coming in, unlike the big agency. So let's take a step back. Instead of focusing on the agency and what you need, let's just focus on you. Ask yourself the following questions. Are you strengthening your relationship with that agency by setting a dinner or lunch date with them once a month or every 6 weeks? And if they're too overwhelmed to go out, guess what? Offer to bring the meal to them and offer to have a 30-minute meeting with them just to check in. Let them know what you're working on and ask them what they're working on for you. And talk to them about what you two can accomplish in the next 6 months for your career. I find that many times actors want, but they are not willing to do the work. Question number 2, how can you demand to get something from someone that you have not made an investment in? Especially if you've got other actors out there investing in that agent and that agency in ways that you aren't. You got to step up. If you want your agency to work for you, if you want your agent to work for you, you got to work for them. I am going to help you with your agent dilemma. I have put together a checklist for you to follow. Number 1, know what you are selling and make sure that they're selling the same thing you are selling. See, the biggest problems with actors is that they don't know what they're selling, and then they expect the agent to sell what they don't know that they're selling. That's crazy. How can they sell you when you don't know what you sell? So if they're submitting you for the wrong thing, your job is to clarify for them what you sell. And make sure that all your materials, pictures, videos represent what you sell. If you're not clear of what you sell, then write down the roles that you can nail at an audition and sell yourself as that type. 2, have a list of casting directors you want to connect with, a list of directors you want to work with, and a list of shows you want to be on. Then include your reason why next to each name. And then share this list with your agent. Number 3, take that same strategy list and start submitting yourself for those shows. Start connecting with the casting directors and introduce yourself to the directors, either through snail mail, social media, or both. Because you know what? If you are doing your work, your agents are going to get calls for you, even if they didn't submit you, and even if they aren't doing what you think they should be doing. How's that? Number 4, make sure your pictures, reels, links, actors access, IMDb page, website is current and represents what you sell. If it's comedy, your package should be comedy heavy. If it's drama, it should be drama heavy. If it's character work, your reel should be character
heavy.
Listen up here. This is the big one. If you give agents too many choices, you're going to confuse them. And then you're not going to get anything. Make it simple. Don't leave it up for them to decide. You make it specific and sell the hell out of it. Make it easy for them and give them materials that sell exactly what you do. Number 5, have spitball sessions with 2 or 3 industry friends so you can discuss what kind of work you can do to showcase yourself, such as plays, web series, short films, music videos, or a vlog that you can work on yourself, and include scenes and monologues on that list. 6, the next thing is self-promotion. Once you have content, start promoting it via press releases, social media posts, and ads. And if you have the money, hire a publicist. If you have a little money, you can hire a publicist who will do some a la carte publicity for you. Remember, nothing shows dedication like investing in your own career, and that includes publicity. And finally, 7, work on getting your social media numbers up, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. Because in today's climate, having a large social media presence moves you to the head of the line. And that even goes for established actors. Today, I am so happy to introduce you to an extraordinary manager, and she's got a lot to say to you about management. Please help me welcome Dolores Cantu of Candu Management. Now you're an actress and an entrepreneur.
Right.
One morning you just wake up and say, I think I'll manage.
I was in acting class.
Okay.
And because I was still an actress. So one of the teachers was harassing, the girls, to go out, or they would go to, these bars and things, and they didn't want to go. And so this one girl puts these show and said, would you be my manager? And I said, your manager? I'm an actress. She said, no, but I trust you. And I think that you would be good to save girls from having to go to bed with guys. That's 17 years ago, before this whole thing. So I thought about it, and I said, okay, well, what do we call me? And we said, okay, play on words, can do. So can do, because we can.
And we do.
And we do. So my first year, I only had people who were friends, and I thought, well, no, I need to go to the young. So I start young and diverse. I've gotten putting a lot of people on shows, and I love what I do.
What does a manager do that's different from an agent?
Agents don't have the time to get you to class, to get you prepared for everything. So by the time you get to the agent, you have to have got everything already.
Okay.
What a manager does is guide careers. So what I do, like even with the young people or the people who just got out of college, what I do is I guide them, get them into classes, get them the pictures they need.
So you're grooming them?
I'm grooming.
Okay.
And I try to get them maybe do some student films, do some shorts, make their own products, so that way at least they have something on the resume, At least when you go in, you have something to say. This is what I've been doing. The advantage that some of the colleges have is that they have showcases. UCLA, people come in from New York, all over the country, and they get to meet agents right there and then. There's a lot of schools here that you also get to meet agents. So they're the lucky ones. There's the people who got here without all that, and they have to really work harder. The people who get to meet the agents right away. Doesn't mean the agent's going to take them, but at least they, have that shot of
they're getting
seen.
Yes,
okay.
and they get feedback.
Right.
That's the good thing about
Right.
those showcases. They will give them feedback.
Study, know what you want to do, and when you go see an agent, you have to have something on that resume. Rarely, I think, that people take you if you don't have anything on that sheet, unless you start with commercials, because then it's a whole different world. But theatrically, I think it's just, especially today, it's so hard. And I will tell you this, as hard as it is for an actor to try to get an agent, it is just as hard as managers trying to get agents for their clients. People say to me, we don't care where they came from, where they went to school, we just want to know, bottom line, what job did they do last? Where, that's what we care about. I remember when I first started, on a resume it said featured role, and the agent said to me, if you plan to get an agent, get rid of the featured role, because we don't want anyone who's in featured roles. Then people say, if you've got too many co-star roles, you won't be able to be a guest star. I mean, it's just the craziest things. But you've got to start somewhere.
So you have clients, you're getting them to start doing content.
Right.
How do you maneuver? Because now they're not just an actor, but they're also creating content.
We try to get them into festivals. There was one, it was called Crave the Fast Life. It was almost all Hispanics. So I had a client, Ernest Crescero, who was in it. So they dreamed big. They sent their film to the Monaco Film Festival. Okay, they got in. So we said, should we go? We went. The film won Best film, and she won Best Actress. So
Awesome.
now we're there in Monaco, and we decided we should go to Cannes. And I said, do you think we can get in? And people said, no, you're no one. I said, I'm somebody. So we got in by my business card, because I think they went to IMDb. She got in with her card, because I said she had just won last night Best Actress, and we got into the Cannes
How
Festival.
beautiful.
There you go.
That's
Do
awesome.
not ever let anyone tell you it's impossible, you can't, you're no one.
Must do.
Must do. That's what we
Can do. Management always does management.
My whole career is about people telling me I can't. I've already done it before they say I can't do it. And I think with my clients, I feel like I'm fearless. One, because I started as a stewardess. And as a stewardess, you're with hundreds and hundreds of people. And you're in front of all these people. So at that point, you can do anything. And when I went to going to commercial class, I passed out. My first class, I was so nervous and got a concussion. So you see, and I tell my clients, there isn't anything that's going to happen to you that has not already happened to me. I said, when I first moved here, and I am the worst with directions, I would have to leave 2 hours before I got there because there wasn't GPS then, and I never could find anywhere I was going. But anyways, if your client wants to become a writer or a producer, you help them, you guide them, you try to show them the festivals to be in, you expose them to that kind of world. I have a lot of clients who are doing that. I have a little boy, Jean Nasser, 14 years old, and out of his Samsung camera, he made a movie, and he won awards. We were in all these festivals. And so I feel like I inspire the next generation to do your own thing, to not let anyone say you can't.
What is the age range of actors that you take?
The youngest I've taken was 3 months.
Oh.
Basically 3 weeks. I represented the father, Brian Lugo, who's on Get Shorty. They had twins. So Bold and the Beautiful was looking for twins. And so they got on Bold and the Beautiful. Then they did a commercial for a Target, I think it was. And so they said we only used one. And so we had to show a picture of both babies to show that they had a different hairline. So yeah, so the youngest has been 3 months, and the oldest that I have is my Wink Martindale.
Oh, wow.
Game show host
Yes,
and icon and everything.
Oh,
so
how
yeah.
awesome.
From small kids, I have a little girl, Ariana DeVita, who started out, she's a beautiful kid, and she's done all the ads for Disney. And it's just crazy. And it's not because she's Hispanic, it's just because she's a beautiful girl. So now on the breakdown, it says all ethnicities. So everybody has a fair shot now, where a lot of roles are just for Latinos, but there's more roles for all ethnicities, and you find more roles that were for men that are now for women. Also, there's roles for transgender. There's a chance for everyone now.
We've come a long way.
We've come a long, long way, and I feel, I feel proud to have been part of the beginning of this. I've had a lot of angels, and I've had God take care of me, and I think it's been luck. It's been me being at the right places. It's me being fearless. And I think you have to be fearless. The one most important thing is you have to believe in yourself.
For the young person out there that wants to get into acting, what would you recommend they do regarding representation?
Well, the first thing I would tell them to do is they need to take classes, especially if you want to do commercials. You can't walk into a commercial agency and not have taken a commercial class, because they will give you cold copy. And it doesn't matter how old, and classes I think start for 4-year-olds or 5-year-olds now. If you're brand new, a lot of people want to just be models. A lot of people aren't photogenic, or you don't have to be, but you have to know how to work the camera. And a lot of people take a picture and they're just like, and it's like nothing. When people look at pictures, it's all in the eyes. And if your eyes are dead, that's it.
And it's the same with acting.
Yeah.
Because if you turn down the sound,
right,
you can tell if they're lying by their eyes. Because you can't hear them. So the only way you can tell is their body gives them away.
And pictures are the most important. So I would say to people, before you go have headshots done, have somebody with your camera. Just take pictures of you. Take different poses, different that. If you're getting blank, just spin around and start over again. But you have to be true to your pictures. Like if you're a young kid and you've got curly hair and all of a sudden your hair is straight and you don't look like that, that rebel child, you've got to be true to yourself.
You have to represent.
You have to represent of who you are.
You can't sell ketchup and then go in as mustard.
No,
it's not going to work.
No, you can't.
You started managing. You've been doing it 17 years, so it means you really like this.
I was born to do this. I honestly, because you know what? My whole life, people have helped me, and I feel like this is my way to give back. And I love working with kids, and I love working with everyone and helping make their dreams come true.
As actors, we work so hard to get an agent or manager, but once we get them, we don't invest the time to nurture the relationship. And then we get mad because they don't call us or submit us for projects. If you're that actor who has not heard from your agents or managers in months, you need to change your misguided ways. Pick up that phone. Call them. You, pick it up. Call your agent and make an appointment to see them sometime in the next week to bring updated pictures and resumes with little goodies to let them know how much you appreciate them. Yes, it is bribery, and it does work. So use it and ask the receptionist if the agent likes specific snack foods. Yet don't bring in bagels for someone who is gluten-free. And make sure to bring enough snacks for the office, not just the agent. So once you're in the office, look around to see if there is anything you can learn about your agent. Do they have pictures of children or family or animals? Do they like to collect figurines? The more you get to know your agent and make an investment in them, the more they will invest in you. And in case you didn't know, agents have tons of clients. So the ones they're submitting are the ones that are fresh on their minds. Make sure to find out the birthday of every agent that represents you. Pick a fun holiday and buy a gift that represents that day that you can give your agent. Could be Valentine's Day, National Donut Day, National Pistachio Day, or just say this is National Agent Day and I've come to celebrate you. And make sure to stay in constant contact without being a pain in the butt or obnoxious. Check in with your agent every 2 weeks, and it works best if you have something new to report. Like a milestone, you got 10,000 followers on your social media page, or you met an influential person in the business, or you're working on your own project. Every 6 weeks, remember to bring them something. That way they'll be happy to receive your calls. Remember, the telephone works both ways. If they're not calling you, you call them. Call them now. What are you waiting for? Be the actor they love to see come in and hate to see leave. Let me know in the comments below how you like to connect with your agent. When I first started in Hollywood, I used to think agents were the end all be all, that if I had the right agent, my life would change. Or because I didn't have the right agent, my life was in the toilet. Over the years, I've learned that you can't give agents, managers, or representatives your power. It is your job as an artist to, number one, define your brand. The agent can't sell you unless you both know and are in agreement to what your brand is. Number two, connect with casting people through networking, submissions, and showcasing. The reality is that many times casting people call the agents for you because you have already built a reputation for yourself. Most agents are overwhelmed with clients and they don't give attention to anybody unless the client is hot. 3, keep yourself hot and relevant like you are. Keep creating work that makes people talk about you and keep networking to let people know you are out there. And most importantly, keep doing quality work so people can continue to notice you. Because at the end of the day, no representatives can get you a job. Really, they can only get you an introduction. It is important to note that the purpose for an agent is so that the industry can take you seriously and that they can negotiate the best deal for you. With that being said, you can still have a career without having an agent. But you cannot have a career, let alone book a job, if nobody knows who you are.